Okay. Oh, and we are here. Hi, everybody. How you doing? It's Bruce here with Traveling with Bruce, TWB. Welcome to the big show here. Monday, March 31st, the last day of March, the end of the quarter. Unbelievable how time flies. Welcome one and all to the program. Jen and we're here. We're alive and well. We're hanging out here in Rancho Mirage, California, where it's been windy the last little while. This afternoon, the wind picked up a couple of hours ago, and it kind of looks like a fog is on the ground, but it isn't. It's actually dust that's moving about, and the trees are definitely reacting to it, and we can hear it outside. Sometimes we have this whistling sound that goes around our condo. That sounds like a winter blizzard storm, but it's 85 degrees out there, 82 degrees, whatever it is. Kind of weird to hear that sound, because that sound in my mind is blizzard, winter conditions, cold, but very warm. Anyway, welcome all to the program. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you've had a good week this week. Hope you're planning some travel soon, and it'll be memorable and enjoyable. Thank you again for all of you reaching out to us and saying hi to us. And thank you again for these thumbs ups that you guys keep popping in. I noticed last week we were into the 70s on the thumbs up meter, which is great. We were in the 50s back in December, and it must be that you like trivia. That must be the reason, because ever since we started launching a little bit of trivia here, the numbers have popped up a bit. So we got more trivia for you today. Stand by for that. I have a little bit of news today that I'll share with you as well. What's going on out there. Thank you to Deep Value Option number 3. Welcome, my friend. Jim Thomas is here, number 4. Brittany Anderson is here. I don't know if I'll be in tonight, just having a bit of fun with all the mall at the mall, so I'm stopping by to give a thumbs up. Thank you so much, Mrs. Anderson. Sharon is in the house. Hey, all, number 7 tonight from a warm central New Jersey, but with isolated storms expected to come through tonight. Robert Mellon is here. Good evening. I made the program. He emailed me earlier. Wasn't sure he was going to make it. Trivia tonight. I heard Uncle Bruce mention it on Stock Markets with Bruce today. Right on, sir. Ken Correcca is here. Hi, Bruce and Jen from Saginaw, Michigan. It's 38 degrees, going down to 23 tonight. Gasoline jumped up to $3.39 a gallon. Good evening, everybody. Janet and Ken, we're thumbs up number 2. Right on. Thank you, everybody, for these thumbs ups tonight, as always. Sylvia's here. How you doing? Number 9, how long is Bruce here in the U.S.? We're scheduled to leave at the end of May. So we got 2 more months to go, and then we head home. Sharon, yay, trivia. Tom Kaufman, hey, Uncle Bruce, I'm just finishing a Tums, don't mind me. Sylvia, hey, Bruce, I was on the laptop, and laptop is moving too slow. Laughing out loud. Donnell from Cork, Ireland. How you doing there, buddy? Hi, Bruce and Jen and everybody right here, right now. Happy April 1st from Cork, Ireland. That's right. Our clocks went forward 1 hour on Sunday, and I'm number 9. Yay, trivia is a big reason why we're here. Right on, sir. Welcome to the show, the program, the channel. Thank you all for popping in tonight. It's great to have you around. A little bit of news that is making the rounds. I guess it looks like a Celebrity Cruise Line made an announcement that they have canceled visits to Haiti, Labadee, that private island, or that it's not an island, but that private resort or beach property that Royal Caribbean operates in Haiti. Apparently, Celebrity. What's the name of the ship here? It's the Celebrity Apex and the Celebrity Beyond have canceled a combined 10 cruises with visits to Labadee. So for 10 separate cruises starting in April 24, and April 25 next year, 10 visits will not be had. And it has to be obviously from the unrest in Haiti, the issues there. But also, something tells me that there's more to it than meets the eye. I don't think it's just a celebrity thinking, well, it's a bit dicey, we should go elsewhere. I think what it is they are probably noticing in their reservation systems any cruises that include Labadee aren't selling out. I think it's customers telling Celebrity, "You're going that ship's going to Labadee. I'm not taking that cruise. I'll take another cruise." And so passengers, potential travelers, are shopping around looking for ships that are not going to Labadee. And that could well be the reason why Labadee is being dumped. It's got its own issues, of course, as we know, with all the unrest in Haiti. What a mess. But Royal Caribbean is still sending ships there. But Celebrity has decided they're going to go to Grand Turk in the Turks and Caicos. They're going to send ships to Georgetown in the Cayman Islands. They're just going to add another stop instead of Labadee. So there you go. Interesting little tidbit there. Story that's made a bit of news. You may have watched a video from, is it Ben and David, the two gentlemen from the UK? They posted a video where they were going to go on the Norwegian ship Aqua, the new ship, and go from Southampton to Boston on a 7-day transatlantic cruise. A brand new ship. They're all excited about it. They wanted to get a good look at it. They're ready to go, and they dropped their bags off at check-in, outside the terminal. They got into a long lineup, and after 45 minutes, they got right up into the terminal and were very close to the check-in counter when they heard the word that the ship is not going to Boston. It's not a 7-day cruise. It's a 10-day transatlantic trip to New York. Now, for a lot of people, depending on, how old you are, whether you're retired or not, what your travel plans are, you might be able to accommodate that or work it in. But I guess in their case, they couldn't do that trip. They had to be in New York or Boston. I think they had to be in Boston for a wedding. And the wedding was the day before they were supposed to get to New York. So that would have been day 9. On day 9, they're supposed to be at a wedding. Well, they couldn't now take this cruise. They would miss the wedding. So they had to go through the entire ordeal of getting their bag back. And they were a little frustrated by the lack of communication. And in any event, but they also understood, hey, look, we understand, whether it was a weather-related issue, and that's why they couldn't do it. Now, I want to show you a couple little things here. This here, don't mind me, here I am. Hello there. That is the new ship we're talking about, the Norwegian Aqua. All kinds of videos now are online. You can see this ship. I know that Emma was on the ship. So was Lolita Locatoni was on the ship. Sharon was on the ship. Friends of this channel. They did great videos about all the features of this cruise ship. But as of earlier today, she was traveling here. If you take a look at kind of right over here, just towards the bottom, you'll notice where it says speed, 18 knots, 33 kilometers an hour. And then below that, it says the seas are rough, 3.7 meter. And then in the middle, just over there at the very bottom, it says strong breeze on the ship. Now, what I did was I happened to notice this image right here from Cruise Mapper today. This orange triangle right at the bottom in the middle, that is the Norwegian Aqua. And look at how she left Southampton up on the upper right. And she charted a course straight, not straight south, but fairly, quite a way south, down to those islands down there. And she just started making her way now to the west, where there's a kind of a light blue colored triangle going the opposite direction, having left New York. That is the Queen Mary II going the opposite direction. And I wanted to show you here on this picture. This is the Queen Mary. She was going 95 knots, 35 kilometers, and she was in moderate seas. And she had a moderate breeze. So everything you see down here, right down there, a very smooth sail. Okay, so now I want to show you, I'm going to try to show you this satellite image, if you don't mind. You'll note on the top right where my logo is, you'll see the UK over there. And then kind of in the 1/3 of the way across of the photo. It goes from night to day, sort of thing. You'll see the islands. If you notice where Lisbon, Portugal is on the right side of this picture, if you go straight to the left from Lisbon, you'll see those islands. That is just now where the Aqua is. And if you look all the way over to New York, that's over to the left side, you'll notice that just off of New York, there's clear skies. That patch of clear sky, that's where the Queen Mary is. So she's following a serious storm system where the Norwegian ship is trying to go under it. And here's another image for you. I'm going to see if this makes any sense. Again, find Lisbon on the right side of this image. You'll then go to your left and you'll see those islands, and you can see the winds coming down sort of the northwest and heading over the islands. Now, this ship is south of the islands and is west of the islands, and this weather has shifted to the right. And you'll notice there's a clear patch just ahead with winds, going in a circular direction there. That's where the Norwegian ship is headed to, and behind that system, it's quite calm, as she will stay south and in most of that blue area there to head to New York. And of course, the Queen Mary is going north off the coast of Nova Scotia. You'll see that blue patch of sky, and the winds are light, and so you can see how the two ships are coping with this crossing. There's another image right there for you earlier today. So interesting. So because the Aqua is not an ocean liner, this is not equipped like this ship is. Look at the bow of this Queen Mary too. Jen and I were on this ship for 39 days last summer and fall. We crossed the Atlantic twice, and once from New York to Southampton, second time from Hamburg to New York. And coming back to New York, we went through some serious weather, and this ship was a trooper. It does get affected by the waves, but nowhere near what this ship would be affected. This one here cannot tolerate those waves. It'll go through the waves. The ship can physically do it, but the passengers will be sicker than dogs if you were on this ship in really ugly seas. And so you can see the track where the Norwegian ship went straight south first to the Canary Islands, the Azores. I guess it was the Azores, and now heading to New York, where the Queen Mary, she's following her typical track without any problem whatsoever. And she happens to be in calm seas. So that's the story on that one. I'm sticking to it. Interesting how that worked out. Apparently, the Norwegian Cruise Line announced to the passengers in Southampton before the cruise even started that, guys, it's a 10-day cruise. We're not going to Boston. It's weather. We're offering you a 100% refund if you don't take the cruise. You don't have to take it. We'll just give you a full refund. If you do take the cruise, we'll offer you up to $300 of compensation if your insurance doesn't work out. If you are flying with Norwegian assisted flights that were supposed to go from Boston to back to England or wherever it was, now it'll be out of New York. We will cover that for you. We will take care of it. We'll arrange transportation. The whole crew and the admin staff at Norwegian are working away now to handle whatever issues. So that's the story that I've got so far on that one. One more piece of news that I noticed today that came from Princess Cruise Lines. Princess Cruise Lines has announced that they are completely canceling 15 cruises out of Galveston on the Majestic Princess ship. And this is from November of 26, which is next year, November, until March 27, which I found interesting. It's not like cruises are being canceled today. These cruises are being canceled a year and a half from now, in 26 until 27. So I found that rather odd. Trying to understand what is it that is making Princess cancel cruises out of Galveston. Is it a ship problem? Is the ship having technical issues? Or is it booking problems? Is it the other thing that that it could be that. I think it might be. Jen is talking to her computer. She's watching curling right now. I think the problem here is Mexico. I have a feeling what we are beginning to witness is the fallout from those $42 port charges that Mexico wants to charge cruise passengers. I think Galveston is going to pay dearly for this. There may be other cruise lines pulling back cruises out of Galveston that traditionally go to Mexican ports. And I'm wondering if that means more cruises out of Miami, more cruises out of Fort Lauderdale, more cruises out of Orlando for Eastern Caribbean and Western Caribbean, but not to Mexico. I wonder if that is going on. And if that is the case also, keep in mind that Honduras will pay a price because these ships don't just go to Mexico. They usually went to Honduras as well. So I'm wondering if Mexico is refusing to back off on how much they're charging ship passengers for these port charges, and the cruise lines are saying, look, we tried to negotiate with these guys in good faith, but we have to add the cost of these spots. And in some cases, these ships stop in 2 Mexican ports, $84 a passenger, family of 4, $330, $40 in added taxes. Just going to price these cruises out of the market. They're gonna take the ships and move them to the Bahamas, to private islands there. They'll take them to San Juan, Puerto Rico. They'll take them to other spots, and avoid Mexico. Perhaps I'm speculating. I could be wrong. I could be right. But I found that rather interesting today. That came out with 15 of those cruises are gone right now, and I wonder if there will be more changes coming out of Galveston, and maybe cruises announced out of Miami and out of Fort Lauderdale that would ultimately have gone to Mexico. Will they now alter those cruises and do a Jamaica stop and do a Cayman Island stop, and not go all the way to Mexico? It remains to be seen. We'll follow that together. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Nice to have you here. Wonderful. And what else we got here? Oh, yeah, Robert, you've got the right shirt on. You got the right logo on. You're all together. Yes, sir. Donnell, number 9. Sure, Sylvia. Are you sure, Sylvia? Bruce, since you will be here for over a month, do you have to register yourself? We apparently, when we were at the airport, we had to fill in all of our plans with our airline. And when we checked in, we had to do the eye recognition thing and all that. So as far as we know, we're good to go. But between now and next week, we will double check in case, because we can do it online. It's no big deal. We're here on a tourist visa, and we'll be fine. But if you don't see me on the air next week, and you get a cryptic message somehow that I'm in a Salvadorian max prison, maximum security prison in El Salvador, then you can put on an all points search party for me and get me out of there. Okay. Thank you for asking. Human being. Hi, everybody. Kevin Chapman, happy to have you on a Monday night. Bruce, balmy tonight here in Central New Jersey. Thumbs up, number 11. Welcome, author. Human being, more trivia. Sylvia, Donnell, that's what it said on my laptop, but who knows? Cloudy in Central New Jersey, says human being. Sharon, when we sailed on the Celebrity Beyond last month, we felt like youngsters. I'm guessing that typical celebrity cruisers aren't as interested in the activity of a private island. That's interesting too. Sylvia, EECC Travel is also on the Norwegian Aqua, and they talked about it as well. Donnell, true, Sylvia, who knows? My counter freezes when I click on it. AOP laptop. I can't get live updates either on how many thumbs ups I have for my own show. When I look in right now, it says I have 10 thumbs ups, but if I hit a refresh button on my computer, my thumbs up count now says that you have given me 20 thumbs ups, and it won't automatically roll over. I find it very frustrating that my own YouTube channel won't automatically roll over my thumbs ups. I have to manually refresh my page to see it, if that's what you're talking about. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. Sharon, I would imagine it would be a real hassle to have to change flight plans home if you're planning on being in Boston one day and then found out you'd be arriving in New York on a different day. Oh, I can imagine. I can just wonder about that. You're going to check in through New York. Do you have a flight that same day? Do you have a flight the next day where you're going to need a hotel in New York to stay the night? Where do you stay? Are you going to stay near JFK? Is that where you're flying out of? Are you flying out of Newark? You got to get from Brooklyn to Newark. You're going to need a hotel there. You're not going to see anything in New York. You're not going to see New York. Now, if you are someone like Jen and I, where we have a little extra, we have all the time in the world, I would use this as an opportunity to just stay 3 or 4 extra nights in New York. Head to Carmine's and have a little bite to eat, see a show, maybe have a few friends over. But I don't know if I can afford it, because I have had friends over at Carmine's once before where I've had a real motley crew of viewers of mine join Jen and I at Carmine's. And the thought was that we'd just have a lovely lunch and a nice meeting. And then Jen broke out the bar bill. Well, all hell broke loose. And things got crazy fast. But it was a good time had by all. So, I guess in the end, it is what it is. Kirk, hey, Bruce and TW family, I'm here from New York. I made it. I'm finally here. I'm working hard as always. Welcome, my friend. Sylvia, I went to Walmart yesterday and I was going to get Honeycrisp apples. And those apples were $2.94 a pound coming from Canada. The tariff wars have already started. Isn't that crazy? Sharon, you are not going to stay near JFK. I can assure you of that. Well, I was wondering if the flight was first thing in the morning the next morning. Wouldn't you then stay somewhere near JFK to, from Brooklyn to JFK, and then you have to be at the airport at 5 a.m. for a 7 o'clock flight or something? Again, I don't know. I guess flights to Europe, though, out of JFK kind of go at 3, 4 in the afternoon, 5 in the afternoon, so that they land at kind of 1 in the morning New York time, which is 7, 8 9 in the morning London time. I guess that's how it works. I don't know. It just is what it is. Sylvia, Ben, and David said NCL wasn't very helpful, and some of their older passengers didn't know how to change their flights by computer. That's true. They were helping people themselves. They had their laptop out, and of course they're veterans at this, and so they were helping people out, trying to figure it out. What can I say? I guess some folks, were in Southampton. They were going to go to Boston. Then they find out we're going to go to New York. Now maybe some folks who were going to get on the ship also didn't get on the ship because 1, the timing was screwed up, but 2, if you read between the lines, you got to think to yourself, wait a minute, hold it a second. You're going to cross the Atlantic in 10 days instead of 7 days, and you're going to go a southerly route. This can't be a smooth sailing. There's no way we're going to be on a lake bed of sail. We're going to be in high seas. You're going to avoid most of it, but I bet you we're going to hear from people on that ship. When they get to New York, we're probably going to hear about how bad the weather was. So if people decide I'm not taking this cruise because this is not going to be a fun cruise. It is, after all, the end of March, isn't it? I don't know. Sharon, you're better off staying in Manhattan. JFK isn't a great part of the Queens, and the hotel pickings in Brooklyn aren't that wonderful. How did the boys do, Jen? Oh, no, the Canadian men lost to the Scottish team in curling. Oh, gosh. It's a sad household here. Brittany, finishing up my time at the mall. Sharon, if you really have an early flight out of JFK, you can get a cab in the morning, and the traffic won't be so horrific. There you go. They beat us by 1, she says. When in New York, you got to stay some time in New York. I mean, come on, you've come all this way over from Southampton. 7 days on a cruise or 10 days on a cruise, you might as well enjoy some of the Big Apple. I mean, come on. But again, budgets, I don't know, whatever the issues. It's just what it is. And Sylvia, Bruce, it's not like when you and Jen crossed the Atlantic nice and smooth. Like I said, when we crossed from New York to Southampton, we woke up the next morning and I looked out my balcony window and I could not believe what I was looking at. I could not believe. The water was glass. I didn't see a single wave. The only wave in the Atlantic Ocean that I saw was the wave our ship was making. That was the only wave I saw. And that was the first 2 or 3 days. It was so calm, so calm. On the way back, however, we went through 25, 35 footers. We did go through some rocking and rolling, and there was one full day I really didn't go anywhere. I just stayed in bed and just didn't go anywhere because I felt quite fine if I laid in bed and didn't get up and get out. But if I wanted to go up and walk around the ship, I didn't feel so good. Plus, everything was shut down. You couldn't go on the promenade deck. You couldn't go outside. And so that's right. That was the night we booked room service. And I ordered the bacon cheeseburger through Cunard for room service on the Queen Mary 2 with fries. It was wonderful. Apple pie with some ice cream on the side. Delicious. I had an appetite for that. I loved it and didn't mind at all. Brittany, I'm done with my shopping. Did not even get half the amount of stuff I used to get. Look at that. Roger, number 24 on the thumbs up meter, buddy. Thank you so much for that, everybody. Are you ready for trivia, you guys? I'm getting ready to start delivering trivia. And let's get on with it. Thank you again for these thumbs ups now. 28 thumbs ups are now registered for this show. If you can hit the thumbs up button for me, please do. We have 33 people watching. We have 28 thumbs ups, and we're counting on as many as we can get today. Sharon, yay, trivia. Tommy, I think I was number 24, but maybe you're 25 or 26 or 27 or 28. I don't know. Thank you, everybody, for helping out on the thumbs up meter. All right, so here it is. We're going to play some trivia now. And here's the deal. I'm going to read a question. I'm going to read you a trivia question, and you are going to give me answers. Now, there are always more than one correct answer to this question. Every question I'm going to give you has multiple correct answers. The trick is this. One, there's no cheating. Don't go to Google and look up answers and cheat. Just do the best you can with what you know. Sometimes others will inspire you, and all of a sudden you go, oh, I know an answer now. Give me one answer at a time. If you know 2 or 3 of the answers to the question I'm about to read you, only send me one answer with a message, with your message at a time. And if you got, then do the second one, then do the third one, and I'll read them off as we go. Okay. Thank you all very much. As we get close to, as you slow down with answers of some of these last questions you're not getting, don't worry, I'll start throwing hints your way, and we'll get it done. Thank you. Hi from Jacksonville, Florida, says Tommy Eaton. Welcome, sir. Gonzo Cruisers here, number 29. Rocky Grasso. It got up to 79 today, says Rocky. Welcome, number 25. Thanks, buddy. Louise is here. Hi, Bruce. I still check out your show once in a while. Thank you, Louise, for being here. Rocky in Chesapeake, Virginia, buddy. It's 70. Did you say, what is that you said? 79. That's awesome, man. That's really nice and warm. That is summer. That's fantastic. All right. Got my big ass iPad. I've got my pencil, my iPencil. Are you ready for the first trivia question of the day? All right, let's get on with it here. Let me set up my pencil now so I can knock off these answers as we go. The first answer has 50 correct answers. 50, okay? So you think about which answers you want, which suggestions you want to give me. And Tommy, raining currently 80 degrees in Jacksonville, Florida. Ms. M, hello all. I'm the 30th thumbs up. And Sharon, bring it, baby. I'm ready. Okay, I want you to tell me the first question of the day. First question for you is this. Tell me the sitcoms, the television sitcoms that had the most airings all time. What are the most popular sitcom shows ever had? Jen makes a good point. We're not talking about I Love Lucy on reruns and reruns and reruns. I am talking about first-time sitcoms on network television, and it includes cartoons. So there you go. Okay. Kevin, what about Seinfeld? You know, I thought Seinfeld was on here, but they're not. You have to have 192 episodes to make this list, and Seinfeld apparently did not do it. I bet you they were at 190, but not 192. Kevin, well, MASH, what about MASH? They were on a long time. Yep, 256 episodes for MASH from 1972 to 1983. Yep. 11, 12 years. Friends. Sharon is thinking the show Friends. Let's see. Where did they come in? 236, 20 less than MASH. 1994 to 2004. They haven't been on the air in 21 years. And, you see them all the time, don't you, on television? Sharon, How I Met Your Mother. What about that show, Bruce? Yep, 208 episodes, 05 to 14. Ken Kareka, Dragnet. Well, sitcom. So this would be a comedy series. Dragnet wasn't a sitcom, but I'm sure it was on quite a number of years. Susan, number 30 for me, 83 degrees here in DC Metro. Welcome, Susan, to the show, and thank you for the thumbs up tonight. All right, here we go with the next guest. Happy Days, Bruce. Happy Days. How many shows did Happy Days create? 255 from 74 to 84. Just around about MASH, just around as many as MASH did. Brittany is wondering, The Simpsons. You are correct, Brittany. You've got the top show. 709 episodes for The Simpsons from 1989 to now. 36 years of Simpsons. Can you believe it? Ken Kareka, Emergency. The show Emergency. No, that was more of a drama, not a sitcom, All in the Family, Sharon is wondering. Yes, All in the Family, 210 episodes from 71 to 79. Was the number one show for about 4 years in a row. The number one television show for a while. The Flintstones. Okay, I'm kind of misdirecting you guys. When I said cartoons, I meant shows like The Simpsons. But the Flintstones do not make this list, unfortunately, no. And they were not a primetime sitcom per se, children's cartoon. One of my favorites of all time, I'll tell you that. Donnell, Tom and Jerry, that's another one that doesn't count. Ms. M, Mork and Mindy. I don't believe so. I believe Mork and Mindy lasted 5 years, which was the contract run for a typical show, long enough to go into syndication. But Robin Williams was worth so much money upon the 5th year of that show. They would never have been able to keep him on. I think he was dying to get off because he had movies to do where he was going to make millions, and he did. Seinfeld didn't work on it. Didn't happen. Adam 12. What about Adam 12? Now, that was a show from way back when, a comedy kind of show. No, not working. Or was Adam 12? I'm thinking Car 54, Where Are You? Maybe. Adam 12 may not have been so funny. Kirk Brunson had the Flintstone here. Flintstones. Karen, Tijan, All in the Family we've done. Tommy has MASH. Sharon is wondering about the Bob Newhart show. The Bob Newhart show. You know what? I don't believe this one made it. And the thing is, if you would have taken the Bob Newhart show, which is first sitcom, and then added Newhart, which was his second television series where he was an innkeeper in Connecticut or something, if you would have combined those two, it would have been 10, 11 years, he would have made it. But I think he ran each one for 5 or 6 years. Kevin, 2.5 Men. Yes, we do have a winner. 2.5 Men, 262 episodes from 2003 to 2016. Ms. M, what about the Jeffersons, Bruce? 253 episodes, 1975 to 1985. Robert Malhut, Tom and Jerry doesn't count, unfortunately. Kevin, what about Love Boat? Love Boat really wasn't a sitcom. Love Boat was kind of a, well, it was. It's on the list. I didn't think it was on the list, but it's on the list. 249 episodes for the Love Boat, 1977 to 1986. How about that? Gonzo Cruiser, The Cosby Show. The Cosby Show. Was it one of the top producers of episodes? Yep. 201. They made the list barely. 1984 to 1992. 8 years. They were number one for several years as well. Sharon, The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, The Big Bang Theory definitely is in there. The Big Bang Theory is It's here somewhere. I've seen it. The Big Bang Theory. I really have. I've seen it. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. I'm not seeing it here, but I know it's in here. I'll find it. I'll find it. They definitely had more than 192 episodes. All right, let's move on. Smallville. Did Smallville make it, Bruce? Smallville. Not showing Smallville. Nope, not showing it. Andy Griffith Show. Yes, the Andy Griffith Show. 249 episodes, 1960 to 68. When Andy Griffith ended the show at the end of the run, it's the number one show on television. Number one, and they walked away. How about that? He had enough. It ran its story. No more. Don't want to go on the downhill slide now. Sanford and Son. Sanford and Son. What are you talking about, Willis? What are you talking about here, Willis? Sanford and Son. I don't see it. I'm double checking now. Sanford and Son. Not finding it. Happy Days we've done, haven't we? Yes, we've done Happy Days. The Prince of Bel-Air, Bruce. The Prince of Bel-Air? I don't think so. The Prince of Bel-Air was another one of those shows where the star of the show, Will Smith, had movie roles waiting, millions of dollars a movie instead of thousands of dollars a TV show. That ran its course. Rocky Grasso taking a 14-day transatlantic cruise, April 27th from Newark, New Jersey to Rome. Right on, sir. Looking forward to hearing how that works out for you. That is awesome. How about Home Improvement? Home Improvement, 204 episodes from 1991 to 1999. Cool Jazz, I Love Lucy. No, I Love Lucy did not make it in the number of episodes. It ran for about 5 or 6 years, and then they changed it to like the Lucy Show, and then later it was Lucy. There were like 4 iterations after she and Desi broke up and all that stuff. But a groundbreaker, that's for sure. All in the Family, Ken, we've got it. Tom, you're not sure what you're saying there. Kevin, Gilligan's Island. Is Gilligan's Island in this mix? Let me check. Gilligan's Island is not on the list, and it too was a top 5 show when it was taken off the air. It was a top 5 show. What about Maude, Bruce? That was a spin-off from All in the Family, one of those, just like the Jeffersons was a spin-off. Maude, nope, never ran long enough to have enough shows. Star Trek, not a sitcom. The Honeymooners, only 2 seasons on television, if that. Family Guy, we've got Family Guy at 371, the 4th most from 1999 till now. MASH, we've done. Laverne and Shirley. That's another spin-off from Happy Days. That's a spin-off from Happy Days. Laverne and Shirley. Nope, they did not do enough episodes. Scooby-Doo, no. Ozzie and Harriet. The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet ran from 1952 until 1966. 14 years. They did 435 episodes. Second all time, and the most episodes done by human beings as actors. The number 1 show is The Simpsons with 709 episodes, all done by cartoon, which is a feat in itself. But Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, 14 years, 435 episodes. That's like 35 episodes a year for 14 years. Unbelievable. I bet you most never saw an episode. You've probably never seen one. Hogan's Heroes, Bruce. Hogan's Heroes. Did they last long enough to make it onto the all-time list? Nope, they did not. Everybody Loves Raymond. What about that one? 212 episodes, 1996 to 05. Yep, Mary Tyler Moore Show. The Mary Tyler Moore Show did not make it. No, Mary Tyler Moore did not make it. Didn't run that long. Gonzo Cruiser, Family Ties. Family Ties. I think that was with Michael J. Fox, and Michael J. Fox did Back to the Future in his 4th year, his second last year, And after that movie broke, he was gone. His contract ran up and he took off because he was getting millions a movie now. What about South Park, Bruce? South Park, yes, 311 shows for South Park, 1997 to right now. Rhoda, what about Rhoda? That's a spin-off from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Rhoda, nope, did not make it long enough. Apparently, when what was the actress's name that played Rhoda? Do you know, Jen? You remember the show Rhoda? It was a spin-off from Mary Tyler Moore. Who was the actress that played Rhoda? The girl from the Bronx with that black hair, a Jewish woman. She was, when she was starring in that show, about the second or third year in, it was one of the top shows in television. And I read it was sort of like the late 70s, early 80s. She was getting $50,000 an episode at that time, which, you know, to a young guy, I was 20-something years old, I was stunned at how much money that was. My father's house was $50,000. She was making a house a week doing that television show. Rhoda. Valerie, no, it wasn't Valerie Harper. No, that she was married to Eddie Van Halen. No, it's Valerie. Oh, I'm thinking Bertinelli. Valerie Harper is who it was. You are right. Valerie Bertinelli was married to Eddie Van Halen. Valerie Harper. Yeah, that's right. Isn't that something? All right, Rhoda. Okay, Beverly Hillbillies. Ken, correct? Yes, the Beverly Hillbillies. 274 episodes from 1962 to 1971. Unbelievable. That show started in black and white and then converted to color. It was #1 on CBS. For years, it was the #1 show on television. Sharon is thinking about the show Cheers. 275 episodes, 82 to 93. Robert is here. Hi, Robert. Hello, Bruce from Boston, number 31, cruising on the Celebrity Reflection out of Fort Lauderdale to Cozumel and the Bahamas. Right on, sir. Thank you for joining us tonight. Welcome, sir. Deep Value, The Office, Bruce. The Office. Yes, The Office ran 201 episodes from 2005 to 2013. Kevin, the Dick Van Dyke Show ran only 5 years, and that was it. Left at a #1 slot as well in about 64, 65. And Dick Van Dyke went on to do Mary Poppins, among other shows. He, too, became very wealthy doing movies. Gonzo Cruisers, Family Matters, 215 shows, 89 to 98. Odd Couple, The Odd Couple, the television show, the takeoff from the movie The Odd Couple, did not run long enough with Jack Klugman and Tony Randall. Did not run long enough to get the list. Married with Children, yes. Married with Children, 259 episodes. Fox, one of the Fox television hits for the new network, Fox, 1987 to 1997, featuring Al Bundy, whose real name is Ed. Yeah. What's his? Yeah. We know Ed something. And Christina Applegate was her breakout. That's right. Ms. M, My Three Sons. Yes, My Three Sons, 380 episodes, 1960 to 72. That is the third highest all-time sitcom show of all time. You now have the top 4: The Simpsons, The Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet, My Three Sons, and Family Guy. You got the top 4 now. The Dick Van Dyke Show didn't work. Andy Griffith, We Did It. Munsters did not make the list. Mary Tyler Moore did not make the list. What about the Brady Bunch? I don't think so. Let me check. I don't think so. And I'll tell you why the Brady Bunch didn't make it. Because those damn kids stopped growing up. They wouldn't stop growing up. Every year, those kids are a year older. Marcia, another 4 years later, would have been 22, 24 years old. How could she live in the house with her brothers and sisters? You can't have that. No. So, there's the problem with shows with kids, right? Donnell, Taxi, Bruce? What about the show Taxi? Did it by chance run enough to get in there? It did not run long enough, but there were some great actors on that show. Tony Danza was on that show. What was the guy's name? The driver, the lead actor on Taxi? No, Danny DeVito was the dispatcher, but the driver was He was the star of the show also.
Oh, the ghost slower guy? What does the yellow light mean?
No. I mean, there were such great stars on that show, weren't there?
Oh, a hickey from Kaniki. It was him.
Hickey from Kaniki.
No, he was in Greece.
Well,
Hickey from Kaniki. It's the best you can get. He was one of the guys on there.
well, there was the good-looking guy, but that wasn't John Travolta. No. There was, if you love the movie Back to the Future, Doc Brown was on that show. That was Christopher Lloyd. He was on that show playing a spaced out, drugged out guy. Brilliant role. But I'm thinking Judd Hirsch. Judd Hirsch was the original star of that show. But then he was dominated by these other actors who came on unbelievably. And Mary Lou Henner was the gal on that show. Was that? Jeff Conaway was the heartthrob. Oh, he was on the movie Grease. Oh, okay, the movie Grease. The hickey from Kaniki. Yeah, that was such a great cast, an incredibly great cast of actors. The boxer, what was his name on that show? He was the boxer, the failed boxer.
Andy.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, he had his own series later.
He was the boss.
Yeah. They're just fantastic actors on that television show. Kevin is thinking Modern Family. Correct. 250 episodes from 2009 to 2020. Married with Children ended in 1997, and the lead actor, the gentleman, Ed, we still don't know his last name, who was on Modern Family, 12 years later got the role for Modern Family. And he had two big hits in his career, one with 250 shows and the other one with 259 shows. Can you believe it? What was his name? Ed, who's the lead actor for Modern Family, the father? We know who Ted Bundy, no, Al Bundy, and can't remember. There's a great clip of him. He was a guest on the Ellen DeGeneres show. Ed O'Neill. He was a guest on her show, and he's telling a funny story about he really doesn't go out much. He talks about he's a stay-at-home guy, and he was invited to some kind of an event, and he went to this party, and he said a very young lady, a very beautiful young woman, came up to him and told him how much she enjoyed his acting career in Married with Children and now Modern Family, and he. Oh, thank you very much. Could I have a selfie with you? Oh, of course, no problem. So he took a photo of her and him together, and she took a photo on her phone of her and him together. But he didn't know who she was. He had no idea who this was. And so he thought, when I leave this party, I'm going to see her again, and I'm going to want to come up to her and tell her, it was nice to meet you, and then tell her what her name was, right? So he said that he sent the picture to his daughter, who knows everybody. And he says to his daughter, "Who is this? I don't know who this is." And the daughter came back and said, "You are the biggest idiot ever created." And who was the lady that took a selfie? The biggest pop star on the planet, Taylor Swift. It was Taylor Swift. He didn't recognize Taylor Swift. His daughter was outraged that, "Dad, you took a selfie with Taylor Swift. You don't know who the hell that is?" He says, I don't know who she is. She was a nice girl. She pretty and all, came up to me, told me what a great actor I was. It was nice. Ken, correct. What about Petticoat Junction, Bruce? Did it last long enough to make the top list? It did not. Grey's Anatomy, I don't think so. Grey's, yeah, more of a drama than anything else, I think. Family Ties, I don't think so. That was the one with Michael J. Fox. Growing Pains. Let me double check and see if it made this list. I don't see it. No. Bewitched. Yes, Bewitched is on the list. 254 episodes, 1964 to 1972, with Elizabeth Montgomery, Dick York, and Bill Sargent. Dick York and Bill Sargent. Cool Jazz. Everybody loves Raymond. Did we not do him already? We've done Everyone Loves Raymond. The Middle, yes, The Middle. I had never heard of the show. 250 episodes, 2009 to 2018. I asked Jen, have you ever heard of these? Yeah, I know that show.
No, Malcolm in the Middle.
Well, Malcolm, but The Middle, I've never heard of it. I have no idea what that is. Sharon, I meant The Middle. We know what you meant, and you're good. Malcolm in the Middle. What about that show? Did it, since you're mentioning it, did it make it? No, it did not. Barney Miller, one of my favorite shows from the 70s and the 80s. I don't think so. I don't think Barney Miller made it. Nope, not enough episodes. Taxi, no. Can Danny Thomas make room for Daddy? Yes. The Danny Thomas Show, 336 episodes from 1953 to 1964. Beverly Hillbillies, we've done. Golden Girls, the Golden Girls. The Golden Girls, did they make it or did they die first? They died first. They were too old. They didn't get 8 to 10 years in. There you go. Betty White kept going. My three sons from Ken. Thank you, Ken. We got it here. Victor, what about House? That's not a sitcom. Golden Girls, we got. I Dream of Jeannie. I don't think so. I think there's only so many shows you could do with a genie.
No belly button.
Yeah, Woman Without a Belly Button, according to the censors. According to Jim, the show, according to Jim, nope, I did not make it. Bob's Burgers did make it. Bob's Burgers. We've got Bob's Burgers, 219 episodes, 2011 to now, so it's still going. Kevin Chapman, Leave It to Beaver. Yeah, 234 episodes, 57 to 63, 6 years. That's a lot of shows in 6 years. King of the Hill, Bruce. Yes, King of the Hill, 253 episodes, 1997 to 2009. 253. That's in the top 25 of all time. Kevin, Schitt's Creek. Nope, Schitt's Creek is not on there. About 5-6 years. Ken, correct it. Leave It to Beaver. We've got it. Tommy, good one. Kevin, Cool Jazz. Three's Company. Did they make it? Did not make it. Friends. Yes, the Friends show. Haven't we already done Friends? Yes, we did. 236 episodes. Rhoda, we've done. A Cruiser, Full House. The show Full House. Did we not do Full House? Let me see if it is even on here. Yes, it's the last one on the list. 192 episodes between 87 and 95. That's the lowest ranked show. Rockford Files, more of a 1 hour show, not a sitcom. The Office, we've done. Valerie Harper was the gal who was Rhoda. Stephen Butler, number 33. I'm late. How about Taxi? No, we don't have Taxi on here. Gunsmoke, not a sitcom. Valerie Harper, thank you. Mel's Diner, Bruce. Mel's Diner. No, there's no Mel's Diner. One Day at a Time. 209 episodes, 75 to 84. The show Good Times. Good Times. Is it on here? No, it is not. Alice, yes, 202 times. Alice is on the air, 76 to 85. You guys are getting these. And Sharon, you nailed it with Valerie Bertinelli. Exactly. Robert Blend, Carol Burnett Show. That's a variety show. Simpsons we've done. Cool Jazz, Frasier. Yes, Frasier, 264 episodes from 93 to 2004. And Frasier was 11 shows behind Cheers. Frasier almost caught Cheers for a number of episodes. Kevin, what about Hazel? Remember Hazel? I do remember Hazel. But no, Hazel did not bring it into the top 50. Kevin, The Facts of Life. The Facts of Life. No, we done it already. The Facts of Life. I don't see it, so I don't have it at all. Leave It to Beaver, we've done. McHale's Navy did not make the list. A funny show. Gomer Pyle, USMC. Gomer Pyle. Well, surprise. No, it didn't make the list. Barney Miller didn't make it. F Troop didn't make it. Gomer Pyle. Ed O'Neill was the guy, Bruce, right? Leave It to Beaver. 8 is enough. 8 is enough. Again, one of those kids shows. Nope, they grew up. That's the problem with kids on sitcoms. Ken Correcca, the Monkeys? No, 5 years and they were done. They wanted out. Brittany, I just got home from the mall. Welcome, Brittany. Sharon, Judd Hirsch, exactly. Kevin, Jeff Conway was in Taxi, yes, and he was in Grease as well. That is right. Night Court, Kevin. What about the show Night Court? That show was canceled and didn't get a chance to rack it up, but they did have 193 shows. It makes the second last spot, 84 to 92. Had they got one more episode, one more year in, they would have moved up about 15, 20 slots, but they got killed. WKRP in Cincinnati ran for, I think only 5 years. And the stars all scattered and went elsewhere. Gonzo. Ken Correcca, the Red Green Show. That's a Canadian show. Not going to make it here. Kevin, Tony Danza, Bruce. Exactly. Tony Danza. Wasn't he in Full House? What was the name of his sitcom? Something the Boss. Something about the Boss was Tony. Tony Danza, Something the Boss, which did make the list. 196, Who's the Boss? 1984 to 1992, Who's the Boss? Tony Danza was on that show. And it did make the top 50, where Taxi did not make the top 50. It broke up before it could get up there. Isn't that something? Cool Jazz, Who's the Boss? You nailed it. Cool Jazz, you nailed it. Honeymooners, we don't have. Green Acres, we don't have. Robert, sorry, Uncle Bruce and Andy Jen, you know that I'm feeling under the weather. I'm going to go to bed now. Try to check out tomorrow. You take care, my friend. Thank you so much. Sharon, feel better, Robert. Robert, Star Wars Bruce, I'll see you tomorrow. You got it, buddy. Thanks, Sharon. The balcony singer is saying, Golden Girls, you're thinking of Tony Danza, too. Exactly. Thank you. Kevin Chapman, Green Acres, didn't make the list. Sylvia, oh, shucks, he didn't know it was Taylor Swift. He didn't know. Taylor Swift came up to him, did a selfie with her. She's got his cheek to his cheek, and they're smiling at the camera. He has no idea who this beautiful young girl is. Sweet, she's cute and all. I don't know who that was. Sharon, Dick Sargent, and Dick York both played Darren on Bewitched. See, there was a connection. Now, were both of them gay? I know one of them was gay. I don't remember about the second one, but if I recall, one of them was definitely in real life was gay. I don't know about the second one. Married to on a sitcom to one of the hottest actresses on television. Cool Jazz, Silver Spoons? No. I Dream of Jeezy? No. Welcome Back Kotter? No. Welcome Back Kotter didn't make it. Lost in Space? I don't think so. The Goldbergs? Laugh-In? No. Murphy Brown? Yes, Murphy Brown is 260 episodes from 88 to 98, and then 2018 they did another season of it. Jim Thomas Archer, Cool Jazz, Beavis and Butthead. No, I don't think so. Sylvia, all those weird adult cartoon shows made this list. That's crazy. Donnell Frazier, we got it. You're on it, Donnell. Brittany, my idea of good TV is Leave It to Beaver. Such a great show. Sharon, Alice, the show Alice. Yes, we have it. 202 episodes. Roseanne, 231 episodes, 1998 to 97, and 2018 as a recurring. Sharon, The Connors, exactly, that's a comeback. Stephen Butler, Wings, the show Wings with Tony Shalhoub. I'm trying to remember any of the other stars, and I can't remember them, but Tony Shalhoub was the quirky guy. But that show did not make the top 50 all-time shows, sitcoms. Everybody Hates Chris. That's a true show. That's a real show. Didn't make the list. Cool Jazz, Ghost and Mrs. Muir. No. Who's the Boss? We've got it. I have no idea whether any of the Darrens was gay. One of them was. Cool Jazz, Laughing. That was not a sitcom. Karen, My Three Sons. We've got Brittany Reba. Been on, but she didn't make the list either. Here's some hints for you, since you've kind of run out of guesses. There's a show called a cartoon show, I believe, that's on right now. It's done 322 episodes, still running, 2005 to now, still going. Blank Dad is the name of that show. There's a show that was on in the earliest days of television, from 1950 until 1958. The show did 291 episodes, and the reason the show stopped was because it was a husband and wife team, and the wife passed away in real life. Do you know who I'm talking about? And it was a tragedy at the time. She was beloved by America, just loved her. She played a ditzy kind of character. The husband was prior to the show a stand-up comedian. After the show, a stand-up comedian, and lived to be 100 years old. But his wife died in, I believe, 1960, and they finished filming in 58, and in 59 she became ill, and she passed in, I believe, 1960. Burns and Gracie, that's right, George Burns and Gracie Allen. They were 291 episodes into their show. They would have gone a few more years easily. They could have easily gone into the 300s, but tragically, she passed away. American Dad, yes! 322 episodes, 2005 to now. Thank you all, everybody. All in the Family, McMillan and Wife, Home Improvement. Home Improvement, I think we got a winner. I think we've done it already, actually, yes. There's a show that just ended 6 years ago. It feels like 3 years ago. It was 2007 to 2019. It had an actor make several appearances on this show, and he won an Emmy for his role on this show. It was the only Emmy award he ever won. And he had 2 hit television shows with his name on it. And we've already talked about him. Who am I talking about? What is the name of this show? If anyone can guess that. Kevin is wondering about Coach. Yep, 200 episodes, 1989 to 1997 with Dick Van Dyke's brother, David Van Dyke, I believe. Who was the actor? Who was the coach on Coach? Jen? The tall guy, Coach on Coach. Dick Van Dyke's brother was his assistant. A famous actor. He's done a number of movies. He was in the movie with. Craig T. Nelson. Yes, and he was in the movie with. Oh God, who played who's the lead actor for one of your favorite movies about the chocolate candy bar, the chocolate candy factory. You get the golden ticket. Who's the actor on the original movie? Gene Wilder and Craig T. Nelson and the African American comic genius Richard Pryor. It was Richard Pryor and who I just said, and the chocolate. What's his name again? They played in the movie. They were in the prison movie. They were in the movie that was in prison. You remember the 2 of them were in prison, and Craig T. Nelson was the bad guy. He was the warden. He wasn't a warden. He was like the captain of the guards, and he was trying to make life miserable for the actor whose name was, what's his name? I can't remember his name. He was in Young Frankenstein. Gene Wilder. I don't know why I can't get that out of my head. Gene Wilder. The scenes of Gene Wilder being tormented by Craig T. Nelson, and how Gene Wilder would say he'd be put in this hot box for 10 days, and they'd check on him after 10 days. All right, you can come out now. And he said, "Oh no, just one more day. I'm just about to find myself. Please, warden." Craig T. Nelson was hilarious.
His voice is in The Incredibles, the cartoons.
The Incredibles.
He's done just a shit.
He did a great movie with Diane Keaton. It was a Christmas movie, and she was the matriarch of the family, and she had breast cancer, and she dies that one Christmas. Like the next season, she dies, and the family gets together the next year because they always got together at the family's house. And he was now a widower, and the family came in and visited again. I can't remember the name of that movie. It was so emotional. I thought it was a great movie. But yeah, he's done so many great roles. Fantastic actor. So much fun. All right, Coach Kevin, see what you did here, Kevin? You see what you did? You mentioned Coach, and it just Gene Wilder comes up, and I can't remember who the hell Gene Wilder is. Brittany's thinking, I Love Lucy. We've tried that. Jim, Young Sheldon, not enough yet. Burns and Allen, we got him. Shady Hill. Last Man Standing, Bruce. Is the Last Man Standing on your list? No, it's not. Sharon, I'm momentarily distracted by Pete Alonso's grand slam home run right now. You're watching baseball and doing trivia. What about the Big Bang Theory? That is the show I'm talking about. Bob Newhart was Dr. What was his name? Proto? Bob Newhart on Big Bang Theory. He was Professor Proton. He won an Emmy Award for Best Actor in a Sitcom. And he was on the Bob Newhart Show 5 years. Newhart, 5 years at least, never won an Emmy. 2 shows in the top 10 ratings all the time. He won an Emmy once as Professor Proton on. Oh my God, he just passed away last year in his 90s. What a phenomenal talent. The Big Bang Theory, here we go. Jerry Van Dyke. Jerry Van Dyke, yes. Craig T. Nelson, here they come. Are we talking about Silver Streak? No. Bob Newhart. Gene Wilder, of course. Stir Crazy. Thank you, Stir Crazy. The Family Stone is the name of that movie. The Family Stone. Cruiser Girl. Thank you very much for that. Ms. M. The King of Queens, Bruce. Yes, 207 thumbs up. King of Queens, 1998 to 2007. We're looking for the top sitcoms of all time for original airings of sitcoms. Ms. M. Too late. Jim Thomas. Blazing Saddles with Gene Wilder. Yes. Sharon's Gene Wilder and Zero Mostel starred in the original version of The Producers. That is correct, which is totally worth watching. Exactly right. I'm looking for now 275 airings of this television show that aired from 1958 to 66. And it was a groundbreaker. It was led by an African-American woman. Unbelievable. I'm pretty sure I'm right on this. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure this show was led by an African-American woman. I could be wrong on this. The other show I'm looking for has 246 views, airings, original airings from 1998 to 2020. Somebody and Somebody. What is the name of that show? Somebody and Somebody. Cool Jazz, The Neighborhood, by the way. Nope. Designing Women. That was a great show. Did not run long enough to make it. Family Guy, we've done. Kate and Allie, another great show, but not. Wasn't Kate and Allie with Jane Curtin? Am I right that Kate and Allie was Jane Curtin? Anyone want to tell me that one? I think I was right. That was after Jane Curtin finished with Saturday Night Live. That would have been like early 80s for 5, 6, 7 years. Sanford and Son, nope. Julia, nope. Not working. I'm looking for a show that aired. Jane Curtin in Kate and Allie, yeah. And who? Susan St. James? Yep, they were the 2 stars. This show ran from 1998 to 2006. It had 200 showings, and it was all about a specific decade in time. What was the sitcom that was named after a decade? But it ran in 1998 till 2006. Any guesses? Sharon, yes, Jane Curtin and Susan St. James. Sanford and Son did not make the list, everybody. I'm looking for, there it is, that 70s show. Yes, the 70s show had 200 airings. A show from 1954 to 1960. Somebody knows something. Does anybody know the name of that show? Kevin had the 70s show. Cruiser, that 70s show, correct. We got it now. Somebody asked me about the Real McCoys. You were right. 224 airings of that show. I'm looking for a show that ran from 1995 to 2004, had 233 episodes. The star of that show and a co-star of that show had another primetime game kind of show on ABC for about 7 years, and it was absolutely hilarious. The star of this show was the MC of that show, and today, that star of that original show is the MC of the #1 game show in television history that has been on the air from the late 50s to this very day on CBS television. Does anybody know which one I'm talking about? Now, we've got guesses coming in like crazy. Father Knows Best. It is correct. Father Knows Best is the one I'm looking for. 203 episodes from 1954 to 1960. I'm looking for somebody and somebody, Miss M, Will and Grace. Yep, 246 shows, 1998 to 2020. 12 years Will and Grace were on. Kevin, the Drew Carey Show. Yes. Drew Carey was on from 95 to 2004, and his show had 233 episodes. Then he did Whose Line Is It Anyway? With his co-star, who is the tall man with the big shoes. What's his name? There's Colin Mockery on that show. And then his buddy, the tall guy, who am I talking about? Cleveland Rocks is Cool Jazz. Macmillan and wife, no. Julia, no. Diane Carroll, no. Colin Mockery and Ryan Stiles. Thank you, Kevin. Ryan Stiles was in the Drew Carey Show with Drew Carey. And they did Whose Line Is It Anyway? The British show that they did in America. And now Drew Carey is the host of The Price is Right, which is broadcast from the CBS television headquarters in Los Angeles from the Bob Barker Studios. Right. And that studio is right beside another studio that had the Carol Burnett Show on it. Famous piece of real estate out there. I was looking for a show called The Donna Reed Show. The Donna Reed Show. Now, I could be completely off my rocker, but it aired 275 times. The Donna Reed Show ran from 1958 to 1966. And I thought it was, she was African American. Am I wrong? Donna Reed. If I'm wrong, I apologize. I've already put my culpas out there if I'm wrong on that. 212 shows was done between 1953 and 58 on a show called The Life of Riley. The Facts of Life, if anyone guessed The Facts of Life and I missed it, I apologize for that. But those are all the shows. Donna Reed was white, Bruce. She wore pearls while vacuuming. I recall it. Very good. Danny Thomas Show, and you are wrong. There you go. I'm wrong. There you go. I think the first show with an African-American female lead was not Room 222, but there was a singer. There was a singer who had a show. She had a show, and I can't remember who that was. Does anyone remember? It wasn't a sitcom. Does anyone remember that show? No, Donna Reed, not African-American, sorry. Donna Reed was blonde. Okay, Donna Reed. Who was the African-American gal who had her own show, I think in the 60s? There was Diane Carroll was the first African-American to lead a show. Diane Carroll. Julia, you are wrong. Thanks, Julia. Karen, Shelley Forbes was the daughter of Donna Reed, and she played a nurse. See, there you go. Isn't that something? Anyway, the most sitcoms have been done. You nailed all 50 of them. I think you got all but one or two of them. You guys are incredible. Well done, everybody. Let's move on to the next trivia question, okay? Thank you for waiting me out on that one. That one took a while to do. Let's go here and here. There we are. And thank you, Julia, Dorothy Danbridge, and Julia. Thank you, everybody. Now, let me take a look at this show that we're doing right now. I want to get an update on this. How many thumbs ups do we have right now? We're at 42. This is awesome, guys. Thank you for the thumbs ups. Keep them coming in. If you can find that thumbs up button, hit it for us. It gives the show a little more momentum. All right, let's do another trivia question. Your second question of the day. Can you name the countries of the world that happen to have the longest coastlines? Oceanfront property. What countries of the world? I'm looking for the top 25 countries with the longest coastlines in the world. Fire away with your best guess, and let's see how you do on this one. Okay, coastlines. Kevin, Canada. That the country they want to make the 51st state that will never be the 51st state. Canada. Yes, Canada.
Coast to coast to coast.
The longest coastline on the planet is Canada at 265,000 kilometers, which is about 180,000 miles of coastline. Yeah, Canada, number one. Stephen Butler, what about Australia, Bruce? I mean, it's a gigantic place surrounded by water. Yeah, number 6. number 6 at 66,000, only a quarter of the coastline of Canada. Not even a quarter of the coastline. The Philippines, Sharon is wondering. Yep, number 9 in the world, 33,900 kilometers. Sylvia is thinking Spain. España. Does España matter? No. Spain did not make the list, unfortunately. Kevin, about America, baby. Yep. The USA, Canada's 14th province. We're going to take over America. 133,000 kilometers of coastline. You'll love Canada. You'll love being a Canadian. You're going to love it. You can spend the summers up north and stay cool. You're going to love it. Kevin Chapman, Norway. What about Norway, Bruce? Number 7 in the world. 53,199 kilometers. We've got the USA now. Italy, Donnell. What about Italia, Bruce? Italia. It's got the boot. It's got the island. Nope, it does not rank the top 25. Argentina. What about Argentina, Bruce? Argentina does not make the top 25. Portugal? No, Portugal does not make the top 25. Australia, we have USA, we have South Africa. I mean, they got the whole bottom tip of the whole thing down there. That whole, that whole thing. No, they don't make it. No, Indonesia, yes. Indonesia is number 4 in the world with 95,000 kilometers, about 70,000 miles. 65,000 miles of coastline. Kevin Chapman, Sweden. What about Sweden? Number 14, 26,000 kilometers. Brittany has the USA. Donnell, Australia. Roger is thinking Finland. Number 11, Finland, number 11, 31,100. Brittany, Canada, we've done it. Ken Koreka, Russia. Yes, number 3 in the world, 110,000 kilometers of coastline. Brittany, Mrs. Anderson, Brasilia, number 10. Yep, 33,300. Robert had Brazil too. Donnell, Chile, the entire west coast of South America. Isn't it all Chile? I mean, yeah. Number 5 in the world, 78,000 miles of coastline, 70,000 kilometers of coastline, about 45,000, 50,000 miles. Antarctica, not actually a country. It's a territory. I don't even know if it would make it. I really don't know. Russia, we have India. Ken Koreka. What about India, Bruce? Let's take a look for India. Is it on the list? Number 19 with 17,181 kilometers. Greenland? Not Greenland and not... yeah. Oh, I'm giving it to you. Denmark and Greenland. Greenland is a territory of Denmark, and combined, they make number 8, 49,403 kilometers. Roger had Indonesia. Ken had Indonesia. Sharon is thinking about the United Kingdom, the UK. They have 17th longest coastline, 19,717 kilometers. Great Britain. Chile, we've done. China, number 12 in the world at 30,000 kilometers. Sharon is wondering about Japan, number 13, right behind China, 29,000 kilometers. Almost as much coastline as China. Japan. Roger, Chile, we've done. Robert Blend, France. They got the Atlantic coastline. You got the Mediterranean. Does France make it in there? They don't make the top 25. Rocky Grasso, Argentina, we've done. Ken Koreka, Mexico, Bruce. Number 15 in the world, 23,761 kilometers of coastline. Larry had Russia. Brittany had Sweden. We've done it. Taiwan, not big enough, Brittany. Stephen Butler, Chile, we've done. Ken Koreka, Iceland, not big enough. Stephen had Russia. Susan had the USA. Norway is Brittany's guess, and we've done Norway. Same with Larry. Kevin, Mexico. Robert, Glenn, China. Susan R., Greece. All those islands, 20th in the world, 15,147 kilometers. Thailand, Bruce. Is Thailand on the list? Nope, not on the list. Sorry, Brittany. Malaysia. Are they on the list? Nope, they're not on the list either. Sharon, South Korea. Yes. No, yes, no. Yes, 23rd on the list. 12,400. They just made the list. Tunisia. No, Tunisia not on the list. Sorry, Deep Valley. Egypt. They are not on the list for a longest coastline. We're looking for 1, 2, 3, 5 to go. Deep Value, Brazil. No. Kevin, Federation of Micronesia. No. Ireland. No. UK. No. Thailand. No. I'm looking for, who's guessing here? Japan, we've done. Italy, we've done. Indonesia, we've done. I'm looking for a country that is in the deep south of the world, not Australia, but the neighbor of Australia. Do you know the name of that country? Vietnam, Rocky's thinking as well. Yeah, Vietnam, 24th, 11,409. They just made the list. What about North Korea? Nope, they don't make the list. New Zealand, Kevin is thinking, yes, sir. New Zealand is number 18, 17,200. I'm looking for a country that has the word new in it, but not New Zealand. I'm looking for another country that has the word new in its title. Anybody know which one that is? Donnell and Robert also had New Zealand, just to straighten out the record. I'm looking for a country that just had a terrible earthquake. It's not Thailand. It's next door to Thailand. That's where the earthquake was centered. Do you know the name of that country? And I'm looking for a country that's an island underneath America. New Ireland? No. Mexico? We've done already. Malaysia? We've done already. No, I'm looking for a country beside Thailand, and I'm looking for a country, New Guinea, Papua New Guinea. Kevin, Roger, you're on it. You're on the right track. Number 16, 20,000 kilometers. We've got 3 to go. I'm looking for Myanmar. There you go, cruiser. Yep, that's where the earthquake was hit. Terrible destruction. Number 21 in the world. I'm looking for the Cuba, island of Cuba, right south of the USA. Yes, number 22, 14,000. And now there's one country left. This country is made up of approximately 700 islands. 700 islands that's what this country is made up of. And many of you on this broadcast have been to this country. I would guess that if you've ever taken a cruise, you've been to this island. If you've taken a Caribbean cruise, you've all been here. Which one am I talking about? It's not Guam. It's the Bahamas, baby. Not Bermuda. 700 islands in Bermuda? I don't think so. The Bahamas. Yes, number 25 in the world, 11,238 kilometers of seashore. Yeah, about 8,000 miles of coastline. Well done, everybody. That finished this one. 25 guesses. You guys devoured this one very quickly. Well done, everyone. All right, here we go with our next quiz. Those of you who are travelers will know a lot of these answers. Some of you are going to sit here and go, "Oh, I've done that. I've done that one. I've done that one. I've done that one." So let's find out see how slick you guys really are. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Thank you again for being here. Thumbs ups count now is hovering around 42. We have 42 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. If you can find the button, if you haven't hit it yet, please hit the thumbs up button for us. All right, let's get on with your next question. Non-stop flights from the United States to London in the United Kingdom, landing in Gatwick or Heathrow. Name the U.S. cities that have non-stop service to Heathrow or Gatwick from America. Tell me the names. I know some of you have flown. You've all of you, but a lot of you here have flown to London. Where have you flown from to London? American cities. I'm looking for 30 cities. There are 30. Can you name all 30? Here we go. Newark, as Sharon is thinking, because that's right up her neighborhood there, being that New Jerseyite that she is. Yes, Newark is 3,465 miles away. Kevin, New York. Well, yes, JFK, we'll give you that. Absolutely, New York. JFK. Donnell, Los Angeles. Yes, LAX. The second longest flight from America to London is LAX, 5,456 miles. Cruiser, New York City. Kevin, Boston is the shortest, 3,235 miles. New York is 3,451. Jersey, Newark, 3,465. So those are the shortest three, not cheapest, shortest three. Let's keep going. Ken Correcca, Chicago. Yes, Chicago is another city, 3,953 miles away. Sharon is thinking Philadelphia, YA. Yes, Philadelphia, 3,545 miles away. Atlanta, Georgia, Kevin is going. Yeah, baby, Atlanta, 4,210 miles. Miami, 4,425 miles. Jen and I have done Miami. Jen and I have done JFK with our daughter. I'm thinking of any other times we've flown over. Nowhere else in the U.S. We've done Calgary to London several times. Cool Jazz, Dallas Fort Worth, DFW. Yes, Dallas Fort Worth is in the house. Dallas Fort Worth, 4,750 miles. Robert has Boston. We've done it. Sharon, Charlotte. Yes, Charlotte is 4,010 miles. American Airlines. Karen is thinking Chicago O'Hare. We've done Chicago. Stephen Butler, Washington D.C. Yes, indeed. 3,677 miles from Washington. Kevin is thinking Chicago too. Cool Jazz, LAX, Brittany, Orlando. Is it possible that you can fly direct from Orlando? You can, 4,350 miles, just a little shorter than from Miami, believe it or not. Robert Blend, what about Hartford, Connecticut? No, Hartford doesn't make it. Roger is thinking MOO. He's thinking cow. It's not helping me here. Brittany, New Orleans, New Orleans. New Orleans is, yes, 4,625 miles away on British Airways. Exactly. Cool Jazz. Boston, we've got. Miami, we've done. Orlando, we've done. Minneapolis, St. Paul. Minneapolis, yes, 4,015 miles. Delta does it. Brittany thinking Houston, Texas. Yes, Houston is 4,834 miles. Sharon, Detroit, Michigan. Yeah, Detroit. One flight, Delta, 3,766 miles away. Ken has Detroit as well. And I would think Ken Correca would definitely have Detroit. Sharon, San Francisco. Yes, San Francisco. 5,367 miles, the third longest flight to London on Boeing, on British Airways, United Airlines, and Virgin. Brittany Anderson, Chicago, and Sharon is thinking Seattle. Seattle is 4,800 miles. American Airlines, British Airways, Delta, and Virgin. Robert Blend, Atlanta. Brittany, Los Angeles, we got it. Philadelphia from Ken, we got it. Miami, we've done. Boston, we've done. Dallas, Washington, we've done. Honolulu, no direct flights to London from Honolulu. Robert Blend, Orlando, we've done it. DCA, that would be I think that would be, isn't that, sorry, I'm blanking now. DCA, what is DCA?
Gene Wilder.
It's not Gene Wilder. Denver, Bruce. I've got Denver. Yep, Denver. You can fly 4,670 miles on British Airways and United Airlines. Philly, we have. What about Las Vegas? Yes, 5,259 miles. British Airways, VS, which is Virgin, and NO. What is NO? Who is NO? I don't know who NO is. Larry Blake, New Jersey. We've done. Austin, Texas, Bruce. Yes, 4,915 miles on British Airways. Donnell, Seattle, we've done. Sylvia, RDU, Raleigh. Raleigh, can you fly Raleigh-Durham? Yes, you can on American Airlines, 3,872 miles, direct to London. Honolulu, no. Detroit, we've done. Dallas, we've done. Nashville, question mark. Yes, 4,181 miles, British Airways, direct flights. Nashville, not Honolulu, no direct. SLC, SLC, I don't know who that is. LAS, LAX, yes, LAS, I don't know what that is. Cruiser, Salt Lake City, we got it. That's SLC, thank you. We'll take that. We've done Seattle, Anchorage, from Anchorage, Alaska, direct to London, no. San Diego, the longest flight from the United States to London, England, is from San Diego, the bottom corner of America on the west side. 5,485 miles is only 29 miles more than from LAX. It's only 29 miles, even though it's up the coast a couple hundred miles. The curvature of the Earth makes it only a 29-mile further. Those of you who are flat earthers, you won't understand what I'm talking about, but other than that, you'll know. Albuquerque, New Mexico, no. Salt Lake City, we've done. I'm still looking for an East Coast city, very close to Philly, very close to Washington. I'm looking for an eastern U.S. city that is inland a little bit, home to a football team that is legendary and cannot be besmirched in this house. That's all you need to know. San Francisco, we've done it. They follow the rum line. Baltimore, says Sharon. Yes, Sharon, you got Baltimore. What did you say, dear?
Definitely not Dallas.
Definitely not Dallas. Newark, Pittsburgh, says Cruiser. Yes, Pittsburgh. 3,720 miles, British Airways, direct to Pittsburgh. Cool Jazz, Baltimore, we've got it. Kevin had Pittsburgh. Donnell had Charlotte. Sylvia had Hartford. Rocky had PVD. Are you talking Portland? Not sure which airline are you talking. What airport are you talking about? I'm looking for a city that had a famous radio station in it, but there never was a radio station with this call sign. But it was made famous by 70s sitcom.
Is it in Believeland?
And it's not in Believeland. Benny Hill Show. Phoenix, Bruce. Yes, Phoenix. 5,271 miles. American Airlines flies direct to London from Phoenix. Pittsburgh, Hartford, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, WKRP in Cincinnati. Yes, Cincinnati, 3,963 miles. British Airways, direct service. The only airline that services Cincinnati. What about Cleveland, Bruce? No, Cleveland is not here. I'm looking for one city and only one city, the Eastern Time Zone. It's a city of about 3 million people, I would guess. Lots of communities all around it. It's British Airways and Virgin flying in and out of here. It's not Cincinnati. It's not Cincinnati. We've done that. We've done Buffalo. It's not Buffalo. It's not Columbus. We're talking about a city that has a hockey team, that has a professional baseball team, a professional football team. I do not believe they have a basketball team. I would be embarrassed if there is a basketball team. I don't think there is a basketball team in this city. Cruiser Girl, Tampa Bay. Yes, Tampa Bay. 4,427 miles. I don't think Tampa has a basketball team, do they? I don't think so. Miami Heat, Orlando Magic. Tampa hasn't had a basketball team. Can you believe that? They got the other three. What's wrong with Tampa Bay? I don't get it. Anyway, Providence was PVD, says Rocky. We're done. Other guesses were coming in, but we're all done on this one. Thank you, everybody, for helping me out. I have one more, and I've saved maybe the best for last, but I'm not sure about this one. I am worried that some of you folks are not going to stick around for the end of this quiz because you're going to run out of your house. You're going to get in your car. You're going to get on a bike. And you're going to take off and you're going to go to this establishment because as we rattle off the guesses, you're not going to be able to help yourself. I'm warning you. I'm worried about you guys because when
lock the front door,
lock the doors.
The back door.
When I was putting this one together, I was going, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to make it. This is unbelievable. Again, thank you everybody for coming out today. And being with us tonight. Really appreciate you. Thank you for the thumbs ups. 42 thumbs ups. If you're watching on the rerun at all, you're enjoying how we're doing this, please join us next week for more trivia. Hit the thumbs up button for us. We would appreciate it. All right. Are you ready for your last quiz of the day? Here it is. Stephen is thinking it's Tim Hortons, isn't it? It's Tim Hortons. No, it's not. It's not Tim Hortons. No, it's not.
But it's close.
It's all about Krispy Kreme. I want to have you tell me the name of Krispy Kreme donuts. What are the names of all the Krispy Kreme donuts? Oh my God, this is going to be unbelievable.
They all sound terrible.
Do you have a favorite flavor at Krispy Kreme? Is there a favorite donut you like to order at Krispy Kreme? Tell me the name of your favorite Krispy Kreme donuts. There are 27 kinds of donuts at Krispy Kreme. Don't tell me you only eat the one. Don't tell me. You can't be serious. Like the tennis guy. What was the guy that used to yell on the tennis court? Yeah. Mick something. McEnroe. You can't be serious. Yes, that's right. That was McEnroe. Kevin is thinking glazed. Traditional original glazed is the number one flavor. There are other glazed donuts. You want to take a shot at that? Sharon is thinking chocolate chocolate glazed. Oh yes, there's glazed. There's glazed chocolate. Oh gosh. Oh, there's more. There's more. There. Oh, there's more. This is going to be so hard to do here. Just so many. Let's continue on here. This is not going to be easy. Chocolate dip, maple dip by chance. Is there a maple flavored over at the Krispy Kreme? Do they have maple ice glazed? How about that one? Jelly. Do they have jelly donuts in Krispy Kreme? I don't know if they have jelly donuts. I don't know if they have jelly filled. Oh yeah, but you got to tell me the flavor. They have it. Okay, Rocky says Duncan. McEnroe says Kevin. You can't be serious. That's right. Thank you, Kevin. Sylvia, I grew up in Dunkin' Donuts. Kevin, birthday cake. Do they have birthday cake donuts? I don't think so. I didn't see that. I've looked at this list 4 or 5 times and I salivate and I have to stop. Strawberry glazed. Okay, there's something about strawberry. There's powdered strawberry filled. So they do have that. Okay, so that's something with strawberry on it. Boston cream. Well, they don't call it that. What they call it? Chocolate iced cream filled. Yeah, oh my. Robert, raspberry. Yes, there's something here. Glazed raspberry filled donuts, indeed. 3 times chocolate delight. Is there something known like that? Something delight. I'm not finding it. Sharon, I love Krispy Kreme, but the closest one to my house is in New York City, Penn Station. Cool Jazz chocolate indulgence. Is that another one they have? A chocolate indulgence by chance? No, but they've got all kinds of other ones. Powdered Donnell. Night all. I gotta go. See you next week. Hopefully, hang in there, Donnell. Cool Jazz. Caramel popcorn. Caramel popcorn. I can't imagine a donut called that. Where do you come from, man? Kevin, got any bear claws? No, he threw in a bear claw. That's right. Where's my? What was the cake he was supposed to bring him? Where's my thing? I'm sorry, he was out. He threw in a bear claw. I'll come back with that. My favorite year movie. I'm working on that. Cookie dough. No. Vanilla slice. I don't think so. Cake batter. Stephen Butler cruller. It probably is not as good as Tim Hortons cruller. They have a chocolate iced glazed cruller. Oh my God! And then they have. I thought there was the glazed cruller. Yeah. The crullers. Sharon, Weird Al has a bear claws reference in his song Albuquerque. Yes. My crumb cake. Where's my crumb cake? They were out. Sydney threw in a bear claw. If you've ever watched the movie My Favorite Year,
which you have to watch.
You have to watch that movie. You'll know what I'm
Was there a reason?
Is there a reason you called? Oh my God. Okay, let's keep going. We've got all kinds of glazed donuts here. We have a brown powdered topping you put on cake and
from Indonesia
and rolls. It's from Indonesia. What flavor is that? What powder is that? Yeah, that'll help you with a bunch of these donuts. My Favorite Year is a great movie. Oh, it's one of the best of all time. I've seen it 100 times. I know all the lines. California, you can't write comedy in California. It's not depressing enough. I know that movie. Traditional cake. Somebody asked me about cake, and I'm going to give you one to you.
I think there's like a classic.
Somebody said something about caramel. There's a caramel cream crunch, but it's not popcorn. Lemon cream filled. Yes, lemon. Liz Lemon. There is a glazed lemon filled. Indeed, there is a glazed lemon filled donut from Krispy Kreme. This powder, this brown powder, Brittany, cinnamon. Yes. Now, can you name the cinnamon donuts that Krispy Kreme has? They have all kinds of them. All kinds of cinnamon donuts. I only wore this dress once. You look wonderful. Yes, you only wore it one time. Rookie salsa, pick it up. Let's move on here. Robert, all 5 shops in the Boston market closed years ago. Closes one in Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun Casino. A bad stock. Hazelnut? Is there hazelnut Krispy Kreme donuts? I don't think so. I'm going to give you the cinnamons. We have glazed cinnamon. We have cinnamon bun, cinnamon twist, cinnamon apple filled. I mean, my God. Talk about chocolate. How about chocolate iced with sprinkles? Chocolate iced custard filled. Oh my God. Oh, chocolate iced cake. Glazed chocolate cake. I mean, are you kidding me? Bavarian cream. I'm sure they have it. Dulce de leche.
Dolce de leche.
Dulce de leche. Oh, can you imagine what that donut tastes like? They have a sugar donut. Well, of course they have a sugar donut. I mean, glazed cream filled powdered cake, glazed blueberry, glazed sour cream, apple fritter, and New York cheesecake are all the other Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh my God. I know Tim Hortons is great, but there was a time Tim Hortons had 50 kind of donuts. They're probably down to 12 now, 14 now. They've cut back on the donuts. Oh my goodness. Sharon, that dulce de leche is basically caramel.
Yeah.
It's got to be good. It's got. I'm waiting for Costco to come out with that cake. They come out with it seasonally. When is the season for that?
Probably 4th.
Is it an Easter thing?
No, it's probably May the 5th. For May the 5th.
May, we'll be here.
For Cinco de Mayo.
I can buy 10 of them and eat them as fast as possible. Can't take them with me. Oh, if you ever see Voodoo Donuts, they are amazing. See, there you go.
Never seen voodoo.
Voodoo Donuts. Oh my God, very close, Stone. Very close. Yes. So Sharon, they are in a very few cities. We got some at the National Airport last fall. Voodoo Donuts. Oh my gosh.
Another line. Do you like it? I only wore it once.
That's what someone said. You like it? Only wore it once.
I only wore it
Only
once.
wore it once. Oh, the great movie. My favorite year.
She shows up in her wedding dress.
Oh my gosh.
I only wore it once.
You've got to see that movie. This is for ladies only. So is this mob, but every once in a while you have to run a little water through it. You've got to see this movie. Okay. Thank you all for joining Jen and I today from wherever you are on the planet. Thank you again for your support. We love you. 45 thumbs ups have come in now. They keep trickling in. Thank you, everybody. Have yourselves a very wonderful rest of your week. Enjoy yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Don't forget to give someone you love an extra long hug. You never know when it's the last time. Thank you so much for joining us here. Bruce and Jen saying goodbye from Rancho Mirage. We'll say our goodbyes to you in 3, 2, 1. Bye.